Today, I'm gonna be beating 99 Nights in the Forest, not with an old sack, but with a terrible sack, which is basically just gonna be the old sack, but I can only use one slot, which is gonna make this incredibly hard to beat. So we have to beat all 99 Nights, but I can only pick up one item at a time. And I'm not even allowed to have something in my sack and then also pick up something with my mouse. I am only allowed the one slot in my sack. So we'll start up the fire. Gonna have to chop down trees right next to the base, because otherwise it'll take forever to transport that wood. Or what I can do is start throwing stuff. Yeah, okay, this actually might help me a little bit. If I start throwing things over there, it should be a little bit faster. We'll take our sapling, we'll put that close as we can. Yeah, okay, so this way, by throwing things, we can actually somewhat negate the need for a sack right now. Not for too long, but while we're next to the base. So the goal is to try to get the 4 kids. They're gonna be the easiest to get in terms of getting higher day multipliers, because getting beds is gonna be pretty difficult. It is 20 whole wood for an old bed, which will be 20 trips of wood if I wasn't throwing things. We should be able to get a little bit of wood from the trees we have planted here, but that still will take a lot longer than normal. All right, let's get ourselves the map, and I guess now it's gonna take me quite a while to do this, but we're gonna have to get fuel for the level 4 fire, so I'm gonna just grab 1 coal and then head all the way back to the base and try to just repeat that over and over with the best things I can find. Here we go. Added a little bit to the fire, but not that much. Now what I can do is go get the first kid, so that way we get our multiplier going pretty fast, and we do have the katana to do it. Excuse me, dear, can you get off my lawn? I would appreciate that, thank you. Got another piece of coal, but I'm getting the kid, so I'm just gonna throw that, and hopefully that landed somewhere near the fire. All right, there we go. We have the key, and I do kind of want the wolf pelt, so we're just gonna throw that towards the campfire. And I also just realized getting food, we're gonna have to get food using farm plots. Getting food any other way will just not be viable. We also did get the good axe and some kunai. 2 things I don't have to put in my sack. We now have 145 kunai. That's actually pretty good. Now here's the wolf pelt. It didn't make it very far, but we'll remember that the wolf pelt is near where the first kid was. So Dino Kid is safe. Now I need to get some food. So now that I have the good axe, I'm gonna spend a little bit of time getting us some farm plots, because without that, I have no idea how we're getting enough food. All right, so right now we don't need a good sack. No matter what, we're just gonna be using the same exact sack, but we do want to get some pelt trades going, so let me trade with him. I'm wondering, what does he have that's useful? The old flashlight, actually, I guess that is pretty useful, so that's not bad. Let me go grab the wolf pelt, and then with this, we should be able to get a spear, but actually, we won't need that because we have the katana. I'm wondering, what else does he have that I need? Maybe a revolver. That'd be pretty good. Okay, doesn't have anything I need, so I guess we'll just take the old rod, because why not? Now, I'm already running really low on food, so what I'm trying to do is just throw pieces of morsels back at the base and eat these, and then when we're somewhat good on food, I'm gonna try to get some scrap. Scrap is gonna be probably one of the most difficult resources to get, because I can't transport much of it. All right, we got a decent amount of food. Let me go get a little bit of scrap. With this challenge, this is gonna be pretty hard to get the beds fast, because normally you need, I don't know how many hundreds of, well, not hundreds, but nearly 100 scrap probably to get every single bed. Let me actually do the math on that. We did get a radio, so that's 3 scrap. You need 5 for the regular bed. You need 10 for the good bed. Now, I'm not sure about the other crafting benches, but you probably need anywhere from 50 to 75 scrap if I'm being realistic. So let me get the next crafting bench. We'll get a farm plot right off the bat, and then I'm just gonna go get another one, because I do not want to run out of food. Now, if I do accidentally put more than one item in my sack, I'm just gonna drop the extra item. I'm not gonna leave the game, because accidents do happen quite a lot in these challenges, and it's very, very hard to not fall back into habit. So we'll see how good I can do with this, but if I accidentally pick up something, then I'm gonna just drop it. All right, 2 farm plots down. That will be enough for when we have the crock pot, and we also got a bunch of trees. Now I'm just gonna have to slide these underneath the map like this, and it's actually working. Gotta keep doing that. So this will actually save me quite a bit of time than putting it in my sack. Got another 15 wood. I think I'm gonna build a 3rd farm plot just in case. Gonna put that diagonally right here, and then we should be pretty good on food. But while we wait for that to grow, let me get some more morsels. You know, parents always teach their kids to throw their food, but I don't think they've ever played 99 Nights in the Forest. If only they knew what our generation was capable of. All right, we're good on food now. 3 farm plots might be enough. We'll still try to get the crock pot eventually, but now let me try to get the level 4 fire. I do want to get the second kid soon. We do have a poison spear over there, but I'm gonna stick with the katana. Now we got a piece of coal. Again, I want to find a fuel canister, so we're just gonna hope that is findable sometime in the near 6 months. Oh, okay, there we go. We got another one. Guess we're playing baseball over here. I'm the new pitcher for the Seattle Deers. I'm pretty sure that's a baseball team. Now we have a fuel canister, so So I'm bringing that back to the base and we'll see if we can find our coal. Okay, here's one. So I'm going to drop it and then throw this. Now we'll see if we can get that later. Okay, here's another one. And I think I found all of them. I see all three. So I'm just going to keep throwing them in the general direction of the base. Actually, not bad. This will help me get 3 pieces of coal and a fuel canister. Throw these in there. This might be enough. I think the fuel canister gives you about 50 or 40%. Okay, yeah, about 40%. So now I just need a few pieces of wood. We can get that pretty easy. And there we go. Fire is level 4. Now I want to go get the second kit as fast as possible because it's going to be harder and harder and harder to keep going. So the sooner we get our multiplier, the better. Now I am curious what could be in these chests though, because if it's a fuel canister, that'll help. Bandage, not bad. That will help me if I scrape my knees running away from him. I'm going to try to open can you open a chest with a flashlight out? Okay, probably not the wisest idea. So let me just head to where the second kit is. All right, here's actually a good spot though. We got the rifle. That's pretty good. The deer is stuck on the doorway. We'll pick up all our ammo. The rifle will help me to get the 3rd and 4th kids. So now really the only problem is fuel and maybe some bullets. All right, got the key. Excuse me, miss. I would kindly request for you to partake in a journey in the which you abide in my sack. We also got some armor. We'll need that. Now let me see what I can get out of this chest, because if it's something good, I'm going to try to throw it similarly to how I was using or throwing the coal. Okay, box of seeds isn't bad. If it's chilies, that'll actually help us to move faster. And the good thing about chilies is that if you eat them, I'm pretty sure the very next day they just regrow. Speaking of growing, we also got some food to grow at our farm plot. So let me eat some of this. Get the Kraken kids safe in the base. I'm just going to drop all the extra carrots off to the side. And there we go. Food is looking all right. We just need more fuel. So let me go try to do that tonight. And maybe if we see like a microwave, I don't know. It's a tough thing to decide. Do I get fuel or scrap? Because I need both. I guess I don't necessarily need scrap as bad as I do the kids, but what I actually am going to do, I'm going to get 5 scrap. So I'm going to get that microwave so we can get the regular bed, then the old bed, and then we'll get the kids. I feel like that'll be a little bit smarter. And we got iron armor. So this is going good so far. Now I have to make my celebratory basketball shot, of the which I actually never miss. I was aiming for this fan. That's why I said I never miss. All right, put this here. Get the regular bed. We need 14 more wood, but we might just get that from right here. So far, everything's looking good. We have a ×4 multiplier with this. Should be able to get ×5 with this, speeding up the run a lot. Because that's our problem here. We want to do this fast, but I can't get materials fast. We also do have a raid going on today, but thankfully, because we're playing the assassin class, the katana should help me do this really fast. And then, just again, using our mouse, throwing everything. That's probably going to be what saves us this challenge. If I couldn't even throw anything, that'd be insane. And now we have 30 wood. So let me grab this old bed, place it down. All right, because I actually made that basketball shot earlier, I'm going to be making a second one. Furniture trader is actually watching me too. All right, I'm just gonna let that go. So now we just need fuel. I'm looking for fuel canisters or maybe an oil barrel. I don't know if you could find an oil barrel out here, but hey, I'm gonna take it if I find one. Got the anvil. Probably won't be needing that. We're not building any base with what we have so far. All right, this is not good. It's raining. The campfire is almost out. I don't have a sundial. I cannot tell what time. There we go. Okay, we needed that. The fuel canister will help us. We'll use some chilies to get back to the base faster. I think I'm having some pretty bad luck though, because it's rained twice already and it was pretty much back to back. So I'm gonna try to be smart about this, and I'm just gonna put the fuel in the fire at the very last second, right before it turns nighttime. That way, all this rain won't diminish the fuel that I'll put. Okay, wait, never mind. The rain just went away. Perfect timing. We only have 12% still, so man, this is gonna take a while. It might even be worth it instead to get scrap and then collect biofuel. I guess we'll have to see how that goes, but this is not gonna be okay. Never mind. This is gonna be the easiest challenge in the world. We have a literal ruby chest out of nowhere. Day 12. I will take a chainsaw. Por favor. All right, thorn armor. Can't complain. I'll actually leave the gem of the forest fragment there because we're not going to be using it. Now we just need fuel, or actually scrap if we want to do biofuel. I think biofuel might be a little bit faster. Now we have a fuel canister, but we also have a microwave back here. I'm wondering which, maybe I should just bring the fuel back for now at least, because I'm not going to get biofuel very soon. So for now, we're going to bring back this fuel canister, get some biofuel, and man, that'll be such a nice feeling when we finally have the max level fire. Even if we had an oil drill, which that's probably not even gonna happen. I don't think there's any chance that happens. I feel like I'm scrounging for scrap for coins in the couch right now, trying to find what I'll usually have on like day 3. So let's see. I think now let's just go get some scrap, try to do as best we can. Don't have much to work with. All right, got our microwave. Let's bring this back. I'm gonna need 12 scrap for the biofuel processor, but I also need another 10 for the crafting bench. So this is gonna be a decent amount of trips. All right, Owl is trying to murder me. That means we make a basketball shot. All right, I actually did end up making that. that. If you didn't see that, you're actually blind, and I would recommend having your eyes checked probably at least 10 times. 10 different doctors never hurts. It only makes you absolutely broke, which that's not a bad thing. I mean, who needs food? Speaking of food, actually, let me eat a little bit. Gonna put the extra over. Oh, wait, I forgot. Let me put my microwave in there. I wasn't supposed to do that. I can't really undo it, but I gotta be more careful. All right, food is off to the side. I will cut to when we finally have enough scrap for the biofuel processor. All right, well, I said I would cut to when I got the scrap, but something really weird happened. I managed to somehow get a perfectly vertical alpha wolf pelt, but what I do have is a metal chair. That'll be 5 scrap, and that will get us all that we need. But then again, you know, the alpha wolf pelt will probably get me something really good. Wait, it might just get me the giant sack, and I don't really need that. So I think actually we're gonna leave that here for now, and maybe we'll come back and get it because I do know where it is. But with that, we now have enough of both wood and scrap to get the biofuel processor or the good bed. It might be worth it to get both. But for now, let me just one at a time pick up this wood and drop it into the crafting bench. I think for right now, because our fire is low, we're gonna get the biofuel processor first. So we'll put that right here. I already have enough wood for the good bed, so all we need is scrap, which means I'm just gonna put all this wood into the biofuel. And it's raining and thundering. Okay, this is not the best possible run, but we're trying our best here. Okay, we're struggling, but I now have 38% on our fire. I'm gonna take some of this food and move it off to the side, eat a little bit of it so I don't starve. Okay, this is interesting. Maybe getting the stronghold will be worth it here, because I'll get a mythic chest. We also got some fuel. I'm gonna put that out by the door, but we also get a ton of scrap from the cultist experiment and prototype, so that is probably gonna be worth it here. All right, we used some of our kunai, but now we have 2 very nice scrap items, ruby chest as well, which gave me a tactical shotgun, which is not bad. We can actually use that. I'm gonna also get these gems, and I think we're just gonna have to, actually, I don't know. Wait, actually, I have an idea. Here's what I want to do. We're gonna take one thing out, drop it immediately, and then go back around, because the stronghold doors do eventually close again, and I don't want to leave anything behind. We're also on day 32, so we're about 1/3 of the way there, and so far things are looking pretty good. All right, there we go. We got everything we need. We'll leave the forest gem fragments. Don't need those right now. Then we'll bring back the scrap first, and then the cultist gems. We honestly don't need them right now, but we might need them later to get a better bed, or to get the giant bed. All right, we have enough for the good bed. Let me get that, and that'll be a 6 times multiplier, helping us just a little bit more. And now we do need more wood, but we actually do have some right here. Then we'll go get our scrap. I kind of want a boost pad, not gonna lie. It would help me to get whatever we need faster by just traveling at, I don't know how fast you're going, maybe 3 times the speed, but we'll see. We don't have too many resources right now. I remember when I first played the game, I didn't even do this as a challenge. I genuinely had no idea what the sack did. I was just playing and picking up stuff. Our fire is almost out as well, so let me put a bit of this wood into the biofuel. Otherwise, I will be having a very nice appointment with somebody who has red eyes, claws, and would like to eat me like a literal piece of sandwich. Not a whole sandwich, a piece of sandwich. But while I wait for the day, I'm just gonna quickly grab that last bit of scrap. All right, I'm pretty much resorting to using my food now for biofuel, because I am getting stuck at such an insanely low amount of percentage on our fuel. This is not going good. I don't know if we can even sustain this. If I get the next fire, it might be even harder to sustain. So I have no idea what we should do. We have 10 scrap and 10 wood. I guess we should get a crock pot. That would probably be pretty nice. So we just need 4 more wood. Not that hard. And then that will help us with the food problem. We can use then our excess food for fuel. I think that should be pretty good. And then also getting these saplings will help us to get more wood for more fuel. All right, got a crock pot. We have no materials at all. That's not very nice, but we can start getting some stew. And thankfully the stew doesn't go in the sack. We can have it in our inventory. But now let me actually get a bit more saplings, because hopefully if we have enough wood, we could just chuck it all in the biofuel processor, and maybe we could finally get ahead. We're on day 38, still with a level 4 fire, which is almost out again. I am going straight up. Dude, this is insane. I don't know if we can keep up with this. The fire just went out, barely saved it. This is not good. I'm gonna use some of these carrots for fuel to just keep us alive right now. Let me eat some stew. We'll also make another one. Kind of glad that we have the crock pot now that alleviate, and it's a blizzard. Great. I am totally gonna survive this challenge. I'm not gonna be dead in 2 days. Let me just keep planting my saplings as if I'm not gonna freeze to death and die to death by the deer. I have no idea if I'm gonna be able to survive this. If the fire does run out, I think I might be able to survive just by going in buildings, but then again, wolves are gonna spawn. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I did find a piece of coal right here, though. I probably threw this earlier. Let me put this on the fire right now. There we go. 7%. That's a lot better than 3. All right, just ate our stew. We're back up to full, but I'll make some more extra. Okay, this is going a little bit better. We're over 20% now, and we have a bunch of trees to chop down as well. well. Now we're at about 30%. That's good. Okay, it's going better. We're at 40%. I'll probably get to 50, maybe even 60 with all this. All right, we are at 59%, looking a lot better than earlier. So I think biofuel is definitely the way to go. Now I'm just gonna try to get more wood. I don't think we're ever gonna get the giant bed in this run. We're just gonna be upgrading the fire essentially and trying to get the third and also the fourth kid maybe. That'll probably be decently hard, but now that we're actually growing our amount of trees, maybe not. We'll probably be able to do it. All right, things are actually going good now. We have 76%. Our trees are also just about to be done growing. There we go. Now we'll see if we can get the level 5 fire finally with what we have here. But the problem is if the third kid is halfway outside the map, which sometimes he is, we'll have to get the level 6 fire before getting any more multipliers. But today we're on day 50, meaning we're halfway done with this challenge. All right, let's see what this can do. We do have a blizzard, but we should be good to get level 6 maybe, or level 5 right now. Yeah, okay, this will definitely be enough. Last one. There we go. Okay, fire level 5. Let's go get the third kid immediately. Bring him back home so that way we get the multiplier fast. Okay, this is interesting. We found an oil barrel. That will be very useful. I'm gonna have to try to put that in a place I'll remember, like right next to this barn, which is right next to where the third kid is. Okay, so this should be memorable, and that should help us to get that level 6 fire, or at least to stay alive. I'm also gonna use a shotgun to get this done as fast as possible. Get the key. All right, please, if you would so be kind, my very amazing amigo, make your way into my sack. I ask very politely. There's another YouTuber who doesn't ask very politely, but I think that's actually quite rude of him, not gonna lie. And there we go. Okay, times 7 multiplier now. That's good. We also have some stew left in our inventory, so I'll just eat those. Corn we'll put into the biofuel, and things are going decent. They're going pretty decent now. Okay, this is interesting. We got a pumpkin. I won't be using that for food, but for the fuel, because that actually does give you a decent bit more. I think it gives you 3 biofuel instead of just 1. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go grab that oil barrel from earlier. That'll help a ton. We'll also, actually, you know what? Let me get this wood first, just so it can regrow. Then we'll get that oil barrel. Okay, with this, we have 65%. Barely making it by. We're on day 57. I do think we'll be able to get the fourth kid before this is over. Hopefully speeding this up just a little bit extra, because man, this is a very different video than what I'm used to. I'm used to building the best bases, having 7,000 wood or scrap, and now here I am barely making it alive. There's our oil barrel. Wait, I think I just saw another, maybe it was a fuel canister, but I think I saw something red. Okay, it is another oil barrel. I'm glad I saw that. We're gonna get both of these oil barrels, but for now, let me actually open this chest. What the what? Dude, that actually, I have no idea how he got in the building. Giant sack, that I will not have. The bird, you can have that, sir, if you would like. I'm allowed only 1 item slot, but if you can, bring back that other oil barrel with the, okay, you're not listening. But with these 2 oil barrels, I think we'll be good to get level 6 fire and the fourth kid. Yeah, okay, wait, actually, we might be just under, but our trees should make up the last little bit we need. See what this does? Okay, we're good. Fire level 6, immediately gonna go get the fourth kid. And because we have the tactical shotgun, that should make it really easy. And I think all the kids have been in the same spot. We got the first kid right here, the second kid where my mouse is, and the third kid right here, and I think the fourth kid is actually somewhere up here as well. All right, let's get the fourth and final kid, and then we'll have an 8 times multiplier, and the only thing we'll be missing is the giant bed. Now I'm curious, usually you get mythic chests out of here. I'm wondering why I got a gold chest, because I think the last 3 or 4 times I always got a mythic chest. That's weird. Maybe it's now more likely to get the mythic chest, but somewhat rare to get the gold chest. But either way, I'm glad to have what we have. Day 64. We are very close to doing this. As long as I don't die, we'll be good. Okay, she's safe back at the base. And now I think we are good. I'm curious. Should we try to get the giant bed just because we have the time to? It's gonna cost a decent amount. 80 wood. Oh, actually, no, not 80 wood. 50 wood and 50 scrap. The 50 scrap is what gets me. That is an insane amount of scrap. Well, I am officially quitting YouTube. I will never make a video ever again. All right, I'm gonna have to do this again, but I'm gonna skip to about where I was because, yeah, that was a lot. All right, final. This is try 3, by the way. I failed again, but we are on day 60. All 4 kids, 3 of the beds. Tree is growing, which we probably won't need anymore. Got enough food. And now we just wait until we hit day 99. And this time I will not be stupid and I will use my tactical shotgun for raids. Let me burn my feet as a nice symbol of winning this challenge. And there it is, day 99 in 1 hour and 15 minutes. but I actually made a brand new YouTube channel. Click on this video here if you want to see the first one. Here I'll be uploading compilations of all of my videos, so if you want to watch a bunch of my videos all at once, you can do so right here. And also, it would mean a ton if you'd subscribe, because that will help me out a lot. But for right now, thanks for watching, subscribe, and click on this video right here.